Test, test. Není to jen o zápasení, ale o chuti postavit se svému strachu, následovat své sny a nikdy se nevzdávat. Proto již od roku 2016 společně tvoříme příběh plný emocí, adrenalinu, vítězství, ale také hořkých porážek. Naším posláním je ukázat krásu bojových sportů široké veřejnosti a stát se Evropskou ligou mistrů v MMA. Vytvořili jsme největší projekt v historii evropského MMA. Tipsport Game Changer, který přináší ultimátní souboj 16 elitních bojovníků z celé Evropy o 1 milion eur. Máme za sebou více než 70 turnajů ve 4 státech. Našim fanouškům pravidelně přinášíme show světové úrovně a nezapomenutelné okamžiky v těch největších evropských arénách a nyní také na fotbalových stadionech. Úspěšně jsme vyprodali pražský Eden.
Eden za celý život, díky ahoj!
A z téměř 60 000 diváků ve Frankfurtu zlomili rekordy v návštěvnosti. U televizních obrazovek nás pravidelně sleduje téměř 1 milion diváků. Díky více než 2 milionům fanoušků na sociálních sítích oslovujeme více diváků než kdokoliv jiný na kontinentu. Naše turnaje generují až 80 milionů impresí a přes 1200 článků v předních médiích, což poskytuje skvělou mediální hodnotu pro naše reklamní partnery. Po svém boku máme skvělé firmy, které spojuje touha být vidět a dosahovat svých cílů. Společně dokážeme proniknout do naší komunity fanoušků a vytvářet hodnotu, která přináší úspěch nám všem. Přidejte se k nám.
Dobré odpoledne, dámy, pánové, chlapci, děvčata, naši milí samorové a samozřejmě naši nejvěrnější fanoušci, kteří jste vážili ten svůj sobotní sváteční čas a přišli jste za námi tady do O2 Univerza, abyste společně s námi sledovali další Octagon Time a mám pocit, že to je první pražský Octagon Time. Je to možné? Takže krásné, dobré odpoledne.
Ešte ja vás privítam všetkých a ako ste videli, pridajte sa k nám aj tento Octagon Time, keby sa s vami podelíme o to, čo sme pripravili, čo sme spolu zažili v tom minulom roku a čo nás čaká v roku 2025.
Tak nejdřív věřím vás trošku nažhavíme tím, co chystáme přesně pro ten rok 2025 a pak se budeme společně samozřejmě věnovat tomu, co nás čeká nejenom v příštím roce v rámci Tipsport Game Changer a jeho třetí sezóny, kterou jsme postupně oznamovali, ale pořád ještě nevíte všechny jména a také
You don't know all the names yet and the matchups, of course. But of course, we'll talk about those who spent the last year with us and thank them. And for some of them, it has been actual years. It is thanks to them that we can live a dream out. It is our dream that we can be the best and such a good promotion out of Czech Republic and Slovakia. So thank you, thanks to all our partners.
Určite aj veľkým československým partnerom, hlavnému partnerovi Tipsport.
Our main partner is Tipsport,
České dráhy a takisto aj veľkým svetovým brandom, ako je Netflix, Monster Energy, Continental či Singapore.
Netflix to bude zábava určitě.
Netflix promises a lot of fun.
Zjistíme především v dalších hodinách.
You'll see more about that in the following hours. We also want to thank our media partners who, along with us, have spent a lot of time, have written about us.
Myslím, že není potřeba je nějak zvlášť
vyjmenovat a děkujeme také našim broadcasterům because you can see them on the screen. And these are our broadcast partners all around the world now. Now we've announced a few days ago that we've become a great collaboration with RTL, which is great for us because they are the biggest broadcaster in the area. 100 million households tune in to watch sports on RTL.
Samozřejmě na domácí scéně Premier Sport ve spolupráci s O2
Czech-based Premier Sport
našimi vysílateli, naše
other broadcast partners, our pay-per-view platform Octagon.tv, and also DAZN, which is how we are able to stream globally.
To je Euroasie,
70 is Eurasia, RMC Sport is France, and there's more coming at the beginning of 2025. So we are in the process of great growth. We've made it almost all around the globe.
To je tedy úvod, ale
So
samozřejmě
that's just a
máme
few
před sebou
words to kick it off.
jedno velké finále, a to
But
je
there's a
finále
huge
Tipsport Game
finale
Changer.
coming up, and that's the Tipsport Game Changer finale.
Just 2 days before the end of the year, 2 champions will open the gates to compete in the Tipsport Game Changer finale.
He's done it! One and done. Paradisa claims his spot in the Game Changer finale.
Let's go again.
It will go down on Holy Land for Octagon MMA, Prague's O2 Arena, the place where legends are born, where the stories of new heroes are written.
Držte mi palce, vidíme sa v decembri v O2 arene. Let's go!
RONY Paradisa,
Absolute dominance from Paradisa.
and Lausanne Black Panther KEITA,
KEITA looking for the finish here. That is it!
who will be the one to lift the winner's trophy above their head and to walk away with a check for 300,000 euros.
S KEITou máme dlho rivalitu, to bude grand finále.
Join us and witness the greatest European MMA battle of the year. Tipsport Game Changer finale.
He can do whatever he wants. I'm gonna beat him.
December 29th at the O2 Arena in Prague and live on Octagon.tv.
To si určitě zaslouží potlesk, vůbec
This
se toho
deserves a
nebojte.
big round of applause. Don't be afraid to put your hands
Stejně tak
together.
jako brand manažer
Just
společnosti
like
Tipsport,
the brand
Martin
manager,
Filip,
Martin Filip of
protože
Tipsport,
právě Tipsport nám umožnil
because it is
vlastně
Tipsport that
dělat
makes it
tuhletu pyramidu
possible
o
for
milion
Game
euro. A
Changer
tady vidíme,
to
jak to
happen and for
postupně
1 million euros to
procházelo
be at stake.
tím finále. Martine, vítejte, dobrý den.
Now
Dobrý
you can
den.
see the whole pyramid. Martin, welcome.
Tak dotaz první musí být samozřejmě.
The first question has to
Ano,
be, of course,
zaslouženě.
and this is a
Děkujeme
deserved
všem
applause.
rodinným účastníkům,
Thanks.
Hujerovi se dostavili.
Thanks to all of his family who made it here as we can hear. Yeah, it took real effort to get them here.
První otázka nemůže být jiná, než když se podíváme
This is the first
na to
question.
finále.
Let's look
Jestli je
at
to
the
cena pro
finale.
vás, jako
For you,
ty, kdo to vlastně dali dohromady. A
the
samozřejmě
people who
taky
put it
financují,
together and
jestli je to
who
to vysněné
finance
finále.
it. Is
Jestli
this
si
the
to takhle
dream
bookies
finale?
Na začátku mysleli,
Are the
že by to bylo
bookies
nejlepší možná věc.
Happy celebrating? Ronnie was the third favorite at the beginning. This year's favorite was Torres. And even this T-shirt that you're wearing is showing how big this fight is, because it's a nothing or all fight. The winner takes it all. And KEITA's and Paradise's first fight was one of the most level fights. And the betting odds are the same. There's 100,000 of a difference of bets in Czech crowns between the two fighters. And of course, now people are betting more in favor of KEITA, but Ronny is the face of Tipsport, and that's why we're cheering for him. It's a phenomenal fight that we're expecting, and a great finale to Tipsport Game Changer. I think we're all excited, and in a little bit we will see KEITA and Ronny here in person. But you fans had the chance to also fight for €1 million and to take part in the Tipsport Game Changer challenge. Most of the money has been given out, 900,000 Czech crowns. That's correct. The correct guessers have received 900,000 crowns in betting credit. And now the last 100,000 euros remain. And somebody will end up at the end of the finale as happy as the winner of the finale itself. I think winning 2.5 million Czech crowns is not bad at all. And an ambassador of tomorrow's night will tell you how hard it is to come across 2.5 million Czech crowns.
V divočině
běžet, bojovat o přežití a plavat. Zapomeňte na dlouhý a vyčerpávající hry. Natipujte výsledek 7 zápasů na webu Tipsport Game Changer Challenge, přijďte do O2 Areny a jste ve hře o 2,5 milionu korun.
Zítra tedy vás, fanoušky,
tomorrow, you fans will have a shot at great money. It's gonna be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire big style. 16 or 17,000 fans will have the chance to compete for 2.5 million crowns. The odds are pretty good. You could use QR codes whether you're at home or here. It's important to be able to register to see all the rules. You'll have to guess several fight results for tomorrow, but let's look at what it will work like. What's important is that anybody who wants to take part has to be seated at their seat before 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is the cutoff time, and after that we'll draw 20 names, and those will be able to take part. The 20 people will get instructions on where to come, we'll take pictures, and then we'll start playing a game. And you'll be guessing 4 fights in total. 3 rounds, of course. Yeah, you're right. 3 rounds for 3 fights. You'll guess the winner, how they will win, and when, which round, or which time. The worst guessers will be kicked off the competition first. So we'll have the 4 top players, then 2 top players, and then the finale. And we've come up with a very untraditional way for the people to win the 2.5 million Czech crowns. No, don't be shy. We know that this was your idea, Ondra. You told us and we liked your idea. We wanted to make it an experience. We wanted to make a decisive moment, something that would make the arena stop, freeze, and just watch for the result. And also, we wanted to make it easy enough. We didn't want to send the people in the cage to fight it out, you know, whoever draws blood first. We didn't want to do that. So they'll be throwing a paper airplane. Actually, not paper, it'll be foam, but it will look like one. Let me just tell the whole story. I wanted us to throw darts because there is a world championship in paper dart throwing. Somebody said that that would be a great idea, but then we found out that the ACs that are in the arena would make the darts just go down immediately without flying. So we figured out that that wouldn't be possible. So we, you know, sometimes you think of a stupid idea that brings you a lot of trouble. So we have special foam darts or airplanes. So those who make it into the final will sweat a little bit because they will go to a high up place in the O2 Arena and in front of the whole nation, because we're expecting a lot of people to tune in, and in front of 17,000 people in the arena, they will throw that dart. And the dart that makes it further, that person will win the whole amount. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the person who loses. I wouldn't want to be the person who knows that their dart didn't make it as far. And of course, they will draw who goes first. So that's going to be a truly big finale. What's the happiness with the Tipsport Game Changer in total? We have had tens of thousands of people apply. Some of them have applied repeatedly, which is great. The project gained some publicity because of that. And it gives the fans to be able to get some adrenaline going with the guessing. But, you know, the success rate of the fans was quite high, so I believe that the fans enjoyed the whole thing. I believe that they will also enjoy it tomorrow. Thank you, Martin, for coming up stage. I'd just like to add that we're so excited for Tipsport Game Changer 3. Based on what we know and what we've seen, it's going to be grand. And you'll sure find out more today. And after that, shortly you'll see the betting odds, and I know who the favorite will be. So you'll be surprised today. I hope that you'll be in it with us again. And that I'm glad that this great project will get such a good trilogy. Thank you very much once again. That was Martin Filip, brand manager of Tipsport.
Without further ado, let's take a look at next year and Season 3 of Tipsport Game Changer.
A battle between nations, fighting styles, and the best of the best.
Oh, that left hand's rocked him. Big shot from Paradisa. He's done it! That is it!
Europe's biggest MMA tournament will soon launch its third series. 16 of the world's greatest middleweight warriors in a new battle for the championship trophy and the €300,000 prize.
That is your Tipsport Game Changer champion! What a moment!
Electric fights, adrenaline, and events full of emotions. The real European MMA Champions League with €1 million at stake. The new Tipsport Game Changer series begins on February 1st.
Tipsport Game Changer je vlastne môžem právoplatne to nazvať ako majster Európy, ten, kto získa túto
the winner of Tipsport Game Changer becomes the champion of the Champions League in MMA in Europe. Let's take a look at what we have for you. Gradually, we showed you the names. So far, you don't know all the names, and you won't get to know all of them even now. But the first 15 of them we can reveal. Oh, we've already revealed or will reveal today. Also, right now, you will get to know who fights who in the first round. Here are the matchups. Matěj Peňaz will meet David Zavada in the cage. Jon Surdu, the champion of the welter division, will fight in the cage with Jotko. We've only released this information today. He's a former very good fighter from UFC. And Surdu is one of the first to appear in 2 seasons of Octagon Game Changer. And then we also have the South African fighter. And the first quarter we will have in Düsseldorf at the first tournament there Kerim Engizek. Against him, a French fighter who is being sent into our organization by KEITA. This guy has 8-2 as his record, and he told us that he will be a similar fighter to KEITA. This guy is called Salamone.
Další, kdo se představí také, a to bude až v Karlových Varech.
Then in Karlovy Vary, we've staggered the fights into 3 tournaments compared to previous in these seasons where we tried to have big game changer tournaments. This year we're changing the strategy. And we'll have these fights in 3 different tournaments: Düsseldorf, Třinec, and Karlovy Vary. Vlasto Čepo will be fighting Erhan Kaltar. You saw him in Octagon once, fighting David Zavada. In Třinec, we can expect Wawrzyniak-Mazuch. This was supposed to happen in Bratislava, but you know that Marek Mazuch couldn't make the fight, so we kept this fight for our fans in Třinec. In Třinec also we will see Miloš Petrasek and a former Cage Warriors champion Nick Stanton. And the only fighter who still doesn't have his opponent is is Pirat Kristofic. Now this is the wild card spot, and we will fill it in. And Pirat will get his fight in Karlovy Vary. So the draw of these fights will be only seen in Karlovy Vary when we have the final setup for this tournament. As Martin said, at this moment you can see the odds at Tipsport and bet who the winner of Octagon 3 will be. I already know that the favorite is Kerim Engizek. He is the champion. Also, Matěj Peňáz is ranking very high, but well, you can check the odds at Tipsport on the website, and you can start betting now, even though you still don't know the full lineup. Of course, we will also have reserve fights. We will tell you about them tomorrow and the day after, and even after Düsseldorf. So this is the first draw of the 16th fight. In this category of 84 kilos, we have a plethora of champions. We have 2 current Octagon champions, different champions, former champions from different organizations all around the world. So we're incredibly excited to have this lineup. We also have Hume, a champion from South Africa. We're very proud of this project, and in this European elite, in this top, we have so many Czech names, more than in any other seasons. We have 3 Slovakian representatives, Čepo, Kristofic and Mazuch. We have Czechs as well, Peňáz and Petrášek. So this is Game Changer number 3. I'm sure there will be plenty of questions from the journalists or the fans, but let's move on. Let's take a look at the first Czech tournament of next year, which is Třinec, our first show.
Tady jsem začínal. Učil jsem se bojovat. Dostat ránu a znova se zvednout. Snil jsem, že jednou budu vítěz, že budu šampion. Vždycky jsem věděl, že se chci živit sportem, že to chci někam dotáhnout. Být šampionem je hodně těžký úděl. Jediná prohra ti vezme všechno. Nebudeš vítěz, dokud znova nevyhraješ. Můj příští zápas pro mě znamená neskutečně moc. Nechci vyhrát jenom kvůli sobě. Chci to dokázat pro děti, pro Sara, pro rodinu. Tady můžu začít znova. Jsem ready. Být zase šampion.
Octagon 67, 22nd of February, Work Arena Třinec. Tickets available at Ticket Portal or watch live on octagon.tv.
Ďalšia zastávka bude opäť v meste,
The next stop is also in a town that's new for Octagon. We've been working on this for years now. And this town is Karlovy Vary. Let's take a look.
Octagon in Karlovy Vary. The city that attracts famous and extraordinary people alike will host MMA stars for the very first time. They are not here for the famous wafers or China. They are here to win and earn your respect. Feel their boundless energy. Experience Octagon 70. KB Arena in Karlovy Vary.
Jak v Třinci, tak ve Varech uvidí fanoušci
In Třinec
čtyři
and
zápasy
Karlovy
Tipsport
Vary,
Game Changer,
you will get to
3
see
zápasy,
4 fights
které se
of
budou týkat
Tipsport
hlavního
Game
turnaje
Changer,
plus
3 for the main
jeden
tournament
rezervní,
and 1
takže to
reserve
máme hned
fight.
8 bojovníků
So that's
té evropské,
8 fighters
či světové elity,
from the
ve
world
480.
elite in your 84 category. In Trinec, of course, it will be Pukač against David Kozma, and you fans voted that you wanted to see this fight. You wanted Pukač over Kalašník and Stolce. And in Karlovy Vary, we will have many other fights. We're working on them as we speak, but that's only on the 26th of April. We're very thankful to all the fans in Trinec and Karlovy Vary. In Trinec, there are 1,500 tickets remaining, and I think that after today, this number will dramatically decrease. And in Karlovy Vary, we've already sold 2,500 tickets. This is our first time in Karlovy Vary, and we're really looking forward to it because we like the film festival that takes place there every year and all the other events taking place in Karlovy Vary, and we will be returning. We also had a tournament number 8 in Karlovy Vary from a different time. We also wanted to inform you about one more thing. There has been some speculations, but let's confirm it now. As many of you expected, we're going back to Eden. This will be the end of the trilogy between Carlos Vémola and Attila Vek. Finally, we will see how this incredible story ends. We're looking forward to Eden. We already have new items, new stages, new things. We're working on it now. At this point in time, or actually tomorrow, we will start with pre-registrations, and in January, around the 17th of January, we will start selling tickets, and we will also announce some other fights. The card will be incredibly interesting, and I think it will be a huge success, just like it was this year. So this is what we can expect in the Czech Republic and Slovakia in the first half of 2025. So that's about the tournaments. But we have other things going on. We have some news for you. One of them is the Neruda Cup. Up till now, this was a competition for companies, and you could also join via Octagon TV Club, and now you will get to play it even more. And to talk about it is the chief of Neruda Cup, Oliver Mead. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with Neruda Cup 2025, let's take a look at how our companies did this year.
Octagon 65, kde se rozhodne.
And Octagon 65 will be the place where we decide all of it. And Octagon TV Club is also, those are our fans, and they're really close, so they could win. And tomorrow we will see who wins. It looks like Octagon TV Club could get to third place, but we will see how they fare tomorrow. Neruda Cup started as a competition for companies. This year, we want to open it not just for our partner teams, but for the fans. Each and every one of you will have the chance to choose 2 fighters for each event. These fighters get points. For KO, you get 5 points, and then you see the other points for other wins or losses. And as we move on, you get to reach different heights and different milestones and get different wins for it.
Neruda Cup 2025 se blíží. Nový formát. Nová výzva. Každý má šanci udělat vlastní výběr. Kdo bude tvůj favorit? Zaregistruj se už teď.
Registraci jsme právě otevřeli v průběhu turnaje Octagon
So the
65.
registrations
Prosím, naskenujte QR code.
are now open. You can scan the QR code, and there are big things coming next year. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow in the O2 Arena.
To bol Oliver Mead a ja verím,
that was Oliver Mead, and I believe that we will have a great fantasy league next year. You have the chance to be fans but also be active, and at the end of the year we'll see who's the best guesser who wins the next season, and it will be one of you. Many of you have been asking for a fantasy league. You wanted a video game. Well, that will take some more time, but we have the Fantasy League. Oliver Mead was able to deliver it for you. I hope you join this game, because in other things we have tens of thousands of fans taking part. And I'm interested to see that if we have fans from around the world joining, I really want to see who gets to win and what they win. We also presented this to our partners who also want to join, so the prizes will be very, very interesting. I'm pretty sure KEITA will be playing his socks off, and he might become the next champion, because he wants to be the champ in everything he touches. But let's keep moving on. Let's not forget about merchandise.
My vieme, že radi personalizujete svoje
We
oblečenie.
know that you
a
like
práve
personalized
to nás čaká
merchandise,
ďalšiu
and
sezónu.
that's
Predstavte
what
si,
you
že
can
pôjdete do
expect
posilky,
next season.
alebo
Imagine
pôjdete
going to the
zabehať,
gym
na jogu
or
a
running
budete
or
môcť
to a
obliecť
yoga class
personalizovaný
and
dres,
being
ktorý sme
able
teraz
to
pripravili
put
na ďalší
on
rok.
your
A
personalized
musím povedať, že
jersey that
extrémne
we've
záleží
prepped
v
for
rámci
you for
týmu na
next
tom, aby
year.
náš merch team si
And
dal
we
naozaj
really
záležať
put a
na
lot of
kvalite týchto
effort
dresov.
into
Takže
these
veľmi
being
píšne,
the
že
best quality
odhalíme túto
possible,
novú
so we're
edíciu, ktorá bude
proud
k
of this new
dispozícii
edition
už
of
od
jerseys
januára na našom
available
store.
starting January
Takisto máme
2025.
kartičky, do ktorých
We
ste sa
also
úplne
have
zbláznili
trading
a vlastne
cards, and
priebehu
you
pár
guys have gone
mesiacov
crazy
sú
about
takmer
those. Within a
všetky preč.
few months,
90% z nich
you've bought most of them. 90% of them have been sold out. You've been trading, you've been buying them, and you've been texting each other online, asking how you could trade them for better ones. So last 10% remaining, don't hesitate to buy them right now while you have the chance.
Je to tak,
That's right. The trading cards have been very popular. They are one of the most wanted items in our store, and people keep asking me for them. But what I have for you is more slides. And those will show you who's gonna join us on stage, because the first round of our press conference is gonna start very shortly. You and the press will be able to ask your questions. So let's welcome the fighters that we'll be able to see within Tipsport Game Changer middleweight category in 2025. So first, let's welcome to the stage a man who's gonna be fighting in middleweight for the first time ever, and that's Miloš Melan Petrášek.
Ako druhý sa predstaví
Second, let's welcome to the stage Polish fighter, former interim middleweight champion Piotr Wawrzyniak. And of course, we also have to welcome a Slovak fighter, the only person to finish Apollo Silva by KO, Marek Mazuch. Now let's put your hands together for the beloved and both hated Matej Money Peňaz.
bojovník s najdlhšími rukami, doteraz neporazený v
The fighter
oktagone.
with the longest arms, undefeated in Octagon up to this day.
Tady je milovaný, tady měl zatím
Well, it
Martin
seems like
největší
he's
potlesk.
beloved here.
Vidíte,
He's
obvykle
had
všichni
the
vidí,
biggest
že
applause so
kamarádi.
far. Let's hug so everybody can see we're friends. Everybody take a picture, please.
Matěj říká, že má dneska fotku
Matěj
s Vlastem
says
už.
that he's also taken a picture with
Matěj
Vlasto
asi tady
Čepo.
z téhletý strany možná.
Matěj, you're probably sitting over there.
No a když máš fotku s Vlastem, tak
Well,
právě
since you've taken a
Vlasto
picture with
Čepo
Vlasto,
bude
let's welcome none other than
dalším mužem.
Vlasto Čepo.
Privítajte ďalšieho bojovníka.
Now let's welcome another fighter,
Tipsport Game Changeru,
a Tipsport Game Changer contender, the current welter champion Jon Surdu. A fighter who's seen the biggest applause so far of the night.
Jon je samozrejme jeden z tých dvoch,
Jon
ktorí
is of
sa
course one of the
zúčastnia
two
Game
people
Changeru dvakrát.
who will be entering the Game Changer for the second time. Well dressed as always.
Dobře naladěný až na posledních
And
pár týdnů, také pár hodin,
well-minded,
protože jsme pro vás natáčeli face to face.
except for the last few weeks.
Také dvojice mužů,
And this
kteří
is
budou mít
the
hlavní předzápas na turnaji v
two
Třinci.
fighters that will have the main pre-fight in Třinec. The Bratislava Prince Robo Pukač and David Kozma.
Robo Pukač si doslova vypýtal na sociálnych
Robo
sieťach
Pukač
tento zápas
asked for this fight on social media,
a vy ste ho vybrali
and
hlasovaním.
you picked him as the man to fight Kozma.
A David nás asi neslyšel, nebo respektive
David probably didn't hear us, or he's got a huge ego and he just wants to come up here alone. The Pink Panther, please come to the stage. Ex-welter champion David Kozma.
Tak jo, to je první sestava, kterou vám nabízíme k vašim otázkám a k vašemu prostě pobavení. Takže
they're here for your
na vás,
entertainment, so
samozřejmě jak
we'll leave it up to you now, up to the press and the fans.
Kdo se ujme slova a kdo se chce
So
na co
the floor is
zeptat.
yours.
Pojďme na to.
Alberto Shorties, já začnu technikálejma. Vy jste oznámili
Here's a
první
technical
15,
question. You've announced 15 fighters for next year's Game Changer. There's a wild card. Can you say anything more about that? Yeah, that's gonna stay a surprise for now.
Takže to zůstane tajemný.
So you won't tell me anything? No. Glad you asked. No, we won't tell you anything because we don't know anything yet. Okay, another question. What about Patrik Kincl? Is he in the running? He might not be based on background info that I have. I'm not sure I understood the question. Will Patrik not be part of the pyramid for Tipsport Game Changer? Patrik Kincl will not be in next year's Tipsport Game Changer. I can confirm this. We agreed, and he said that this might be too much for him. He did mull this over, and we waited for a long time for his decision, but he is not going to be taking part. We really wanted him to, Tipsport wanted him to, and I think he also wanted to, but his inner demons maybe didn't allow him to sign up. There's no matchmaking at press conferences, but because there's no Makhmuradov and Patrik Kincl, what can you tell us?
Zdálo by se to tak býti, ale víš, jak to je, jo?
Not sure.
Že to, co my dva chceme, neznamená, že chtějí oni dva.
What we want is not always what we get.
Chtěli byste vidět zápas Kincl
Would you like to see Kincl versus Muradov outside of the pyramid?
Vnímám to, jak říkají.
I hear you. I see you. Last question. The pyramid will have two champs. And the pyramid does block the division, basically, so it stalls the fights in that division. I heard Bojan Veličković being mentioned. What do you have to say? There is a solution on what to do with this. Jon and me have agreed on a solution, and in the 84 kilo category, I think it's a legitimate solution, and I think it always has been, even in the 70 and 77. We don't block off the division because anybody who's anybody is in the pyramid. So this year it will be without Patrik and Mach, but we still have a solution to account for this. We've thought of this. We've also agreed on what to do with the champs in the categories. And the speculations about Bojan, we have enough 77 kilo category fighters to make it a very interesting year. Thank you. Now let me move on to the fighters. Matěj and Vlasto. You were confirmed as taking part in the Game Changer, and people started speculating, is the first round going to be a face-off between you two? Are you interested in that? Hi everybody who came out here to support us. In the first round, no, but if we both win, I think the next round will be a face-off between the two of us. I think that makes sense to me. Matěj, we saw you hugging these men. Are all the bad things, the beef from the past, matter of the past? Are you ready to move on? I'm here, we've made an agreement, I'll be in the Game Changer. I think it shows that we're ready to move on and that Peňáze and Octagon will continue cooperating as a happy family. Miloš, when people heard that you were taking part, people reacted negatively. What is your reaction to that? I'm glad that I'm able to fight here, and if there's any other good Czech fighter wanting to take my place, I'll give it up. I'm not blocking anybody from taking part, but there's no other Czech fighters who are signing up to take my place, so. We heard that you haven't fought in middleweight category. Have you tried to make weight for the middleweight? Well, I've already tested a weight cut previously when I fought, so I hope that it will be as easy as it was previously. Question for Miloš. Miloš, how much did you and Miloš talk about you both being representatives of Reinders MMA? If you both make it to the quarterfinals, will you try to not face off against one another? To be honest, we haven't talked about it, but it would be great if we didn't have to fight each other sooner. Just like Vlasto and Pirát, like none of these people want to fight each other at the low levels. Matěj, Vlasto Čepo has been talked about, but is there more challengers, more fighters that you would love to face off against? You and me talked about Engiček. Is that something that you would like to fight? In the Game Changer, there's a lot of good names to consider. Engizek, Surdu, who I trained with, he's a great fighter. There's not a single fighter that I wouldn't want to fight. As far as the fighting style, I would love to fight them all. The Game Changer is packed with great fighters, and what's more important is that there's a lot of Czech and Slovak fighters. Question for the promoters. We've heard about the Eden tournament in June. Are you going to confirm or deny that VÉMOLA versus VAG will happen in at Eden? Yeah, that's what makes the most sense to us. It's a tournament that we will put a lot of effort into. It's the only outside stadium that we'll go to probably next year. Robo Pukač, I have a question for you and David Kozma. You filmed your face-to-face today, but you've exchanged some sharp messages online. How was the filming today? Oh yeah.
Za mňa prebiehalo v pohodičke.
For me,
bolo
the filming was
bolo
great.
To okay. Na konci sme mali
It was
streda,
alright.
kde David bol ako divoký. chcel byť,
David was, of
ale
course,
myslím si, že pohodička.
sort of wild being there, but I think it ended up well. No, you're the one who was out of line.
Ty blázen.
You're crazy.
Ty blázen.
You crazy dude. It was you who did that. Freaking look at what we filmed, you'll see.
Ne. Jako, hustej si chtěl být ty, ne?
You wanted to be cool.
Dobre. Tak potom som to ja zle videl, no.
Then I guess I didn't see what happened correctly. You know yourself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And question for Ion Surdu, while you be competing in Tipsport Game Changer, are you open to have a opponent for interim champion in welterweight division, which you will face after you finish your task in Tipsport Game Changer?
You know what I want is one, but we have a talk with the boss, so you will see in a few months for sure, or maybe more than a few months.
Question for Ion. You just won the welterweight title. Was the discussions already happening for this Tipsport Game Changer middleweight tournament? Were the discussions already happening with the promoters for you to be in the middleweight tournament before you won the welterweight title?
You know, I was hearing about Tipsport Game Changer in 84 kilograms. I was thinking about, because as you know, and all people know, that's what time is now. So yeah, I'm not small guy in 77, and for sure I have to try, because I never have something to lose. And at the same time, I think so I deserve, after 2 years in Octagon, after a few not boring fights, I deserve a second chance. So thank you for second chance, and stay tuned for my fight.
And a question for Pukac. You were voted by the fans to fight against David Kozma. And how honored do you feel that you were voted in for this fight?
Yeah, it was an honor for me, and I was a little bit surprised at the amount of votes that I get. So I'm happy, because I know that people are interested in it. So that gives me extra motivation.
Before Octagon 64 in Munich, you say the winner of Tabujano versus Cordero will compete in the Game Changer. Now Cordero is not in the Game Changer. Can you tell us why, or what are your plans with Cordero?
The plans for Cordero is reserve fight. It will be announced tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Where and with who? Yep. Is there anybody else? Je tady ještě někdo, kdo by chtěl položit klukům nějakou otázku tady v tom prvním kole?
For the fighters here in this first round?
Tady ještě kolega, jestli chce mikrofon.
I see a person asking here.
Další, myslím. Po případě samozřejmě fanoušci můžou pokládat otázku.
The fans, of course, can also ask.
Asi to zakřít, než budeš mít mikrofon, tak bude trvat. A nebo hele, už tam běží. Ty jsi seznámit vlastně s tou slečnou, víš?
Yeah, you just want to meet the lady bringing you the microphone. Oh, that's why. Are you married?
Nejseš.
You're not. Okay, so you want to marry this girl, or what are you pointing at me?
Ale ona je zasnoubená.
But she is engaged, actually. Oh, well, that's fine. We can work that out. Whatever. What was the question?
I have a question for Jan, because normally we can see you fighting in 77. The question already came. And what's your current weight? Because we can expect guys fighting in that fight day in 84 kilograms, having 90, more than 90. You will need to compete those guys weighing more than 90, and you're 77. At the fight day, you have a 83, 4, so there will be around 10 kilos difference. Are you working on it already?
No, I have a working all my past fights. As I said, I'm not a small guy in 77, and I can't say you what is my weight now, but I can say you what was my weight on my fight. So it was 91.5 in fight.
92.
91 and half. Yeah. So you can thinking what is my weight now and how can be in Game Changer.
So during the Christmas time, you didn't have any diet, right?
Oh no, I enjoy. I think so. First time from a lot of years, I enjoyed my Christmas time. So yeah, I have a goal in this year to catch the 100. So.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Cheers. Otázku na Ondru, když už tady s tím začal.
I have a question for Ondra.
Jestli si to dáš takhle blíž k puse úplně.
Could you just speak closer to the mic?
Super. Tak když už si s tím začal, zítra bude Carlos.
So you already started talking about it. Carlos will be in the cage. So who will be commentating? Usually we listen to Carlos talking about the fights. I'm sorry. So who's our commentator for tomorrow?
Tak já doufám, že Carlos to bude komentovat pořád.
Well, I want Carlos to comment the match. But he'll be fighting tomorrow. Well, we'll mic him up, you know.
Přece ti neukrademe tu zábavu.
We don't want to take the fun away from you. No, we haven't released this information yet. Okay, so the commentators for tomorrow are Mikíš. And Carlos will be very happy about that. And Mikíš will be joined by...
Víš co, já taky nedělám všechno v téhle firmě, jak to mám vidět?
Well, I don't do everything in this company. I don't even know. Somebody will tell me, somebody text me who the next commentator is, and I'll get back to you. But the main commentator will be Mikíš.
Já děkuju tobě.
Okay, thanks. And I'll have further questions later. Thank you.
Zaslouží si potlesk, kluk.
That's worth an applause. Well done.
Okay, Melon měl mít zápas s Pirátem a
so Melon was supposed to fight Pirate. So Melon, would you like to fight Pirate as part of Game Changer? Yeah, I want to fight any Czech Slovak fight. I think for the Czech and Slovak fans, these fights are more attractive than fights with foreigners. So I haven't fought a Czech or Slovak fighter for a long time, so I really want to do that.
Tady kolega ze sportu se ještě chtěl předtím
We have one more question here. One question for Vlasto Čepo. He mentioned a fight with Matěj Peňáz. So is the hatred between you behind you? Are you just looking forward to a sportsman-like finish to your saga?
Ja neviem na túto otázku odpovedať. Ja si myslím, že nie.
I don't know how to answer.
Ešte raz, prosím.
Jestli je to pro tebe pořád jakoby osobní, nebo
So is this still a personal thing, or is it just sports for you?
Ja myslím, že sa tam stalo veľa nedorozumení.
I think there's been a lot of miscommunication and misunderstandings. And I definitely wouldn't be offended if we had a fight and just get it over with. We've already postponed it 5 times. I don't think he's a bad dude. So last time he was in Octagon 2 years ago. Well, he's a good lad. And I really want to fight him, yeah, sure.
Jak to máš vlastně nastavený? Já už jsem se tady ptal kluků na české straně, ale
I asked Czech guys, but you will have 2 colleagues from Slovakia, Mazuch and Kristofic. Did you guys talk about this? Your friends, you train together? So did you talk about where you fight yourself? So during underground with Pirat, we just said, well, we won't be in the final, and then we were in the final. So that was kind of difficult to work out. But I'm praying that if we win and we have the right fights to be able to move on, that would be helpful. Or maybe some of us will just lose, you know, and we won't have to have any issues with this. But we will take care of it when it comes. Right now we have good fighters ahead of us and we need to beat those, and then we will see. A question for David. We see you in a different role. You're not all that calm. So how nice is this for you? What the interaction you have with Robo?
na sítích řekl, že si Robo jako nezaslouží můj zápas, to je asi všechno, co jsem řekl.
All I said on socials was that Robo doesn't deserve this fight, but I don't really care who I fight.
Diváci zvolili Roba, Robo
The fans voted for Robo. Robo got the match, and so let's see the better guy win in Trinec. That's it. Robo, did you expect that this would be happening, that David would be kind of wild? Well, I wasn't expecting it when I was asking for the support. I always remember David as a very calm, good guy, so I didn't expect it. But I was surprised that he really said it so strictly that I really didn't deserve it. We've met over the years. When we were younger, we were meeting a little bit more. And I thought that over the years, I was surprised that he sees himself on a different level from me. I wasn't expecting it to escalate, but this is going to be interesting. So. And one more question for Vlastočepa. You're after an operation, so what's your situation now? Are you coming back into training? Well, you already have, but what's next for you? Yeah, I was going through a darker time. I haven't fought for a year, which really isn't good. But everything was sorted out. 90%, everything should be fine. In a month, I should be starting. In 3 months, I should be starting full on. I've had some dark things in the last 3 months. I've had some issues, troubles. But when I start fighting, nothing can break me. Nothing can be worse than what I had now. It's like my fights. When I lose, I end up in the hospital, but when I win, my opponent will be ending up in hospital. So you already were studying Kartal because you were supposed to fight him. Yeah, we were preparing for him for about a month, and then my shoulder got injured, and then I needed the operation. And we were preparing for Kartal. The fight was cancelled, but I'm very happy that it's now back on. So we will do that in the first round of the Game Changer.
Vítek Dashboard, FightLife.cz. Já mám ještě otázku na Roba.
I have a question for Robo. Do you see your fight with David as the biggest challenge in your career? Well, every single fight should be the biggest challenge. I can't really say it like that. It's definitely one of the biggest challenges, but I had a fight with Jungwirth in Stuttgart. So I fought Pirat in Bratislava. So there were huge fights already, and this is another one. Definitely one of the biggest ones, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I can see that there's a lot of hype around it, and it's a Czech-Slovak battle, so that's really helping. But yeah, it's a very top opponent, he's very good, and I want to see who gets the win, and ideally, win. Do you really want to send him into retirement, as you said? Well, we'll see. We'll see how he thinks after the fight.
Question for Jon Surdy. When you were a boy, you had a dream of becoming a professional football player. Are you happy that that didn't happen because you've been able to take over Octagon?
You know, when I was football player, I had a dream to play on stadium full of people. So I had a better option now. I had to fight in a stadium, and all the crowd was not for me, but it was very great atmosphere. So yes, of course I'm happy that I'm not a football player because all lights are only on me, not on all my teammates. So of course I'm happy.
And winning the title, obviously a huge achievement, but to become the Tipsport Game Changer champion, would that be even bigger?
We dream bigger and bigger, and we go bigger and bigger, as bosses say it. So title, it was one of my steps. Next is Game Changer, because in last Game Changer I didn't have a chance. I didn't have too much chance to show my skills. So for sure, next Tipsport Game Changer, it will be a little different. So stay tuned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
Tak jo, poslední 3 otázky, jestli jsou ještě nějaké. Last
3 questions.
Yeah, one more thing for Ian Surdu. After you knock out in Munich, you called many names. So now the next big thing is the Game Changer. What do you wish for your division? Like, you have something in your mind?
What I wish for my division, I wish to defend my title. For sure, in next year it will be a lot of work in my division, but after that, you will see. I wish to defend my title.
All right, thank you. Your division is pretty stacked, a lot of big names. Do you have like a guy you want to fight in your division, like first name?
Of course, I have a fight, dream fight, and I think so. All people knows about this fight because it was first fight in Octagon for me, but for sure it not will be the last one. So only one name it's in my division which I'm interesting and I need that fight. So in future it will be Veličković, for sure it will be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pojď. To se musíš zeptat Patrika Kinsla, jestli existuje možnost, že
Well, you'll have to ask Patrick Kinsel if he will ever fight in 77. But last time we spoke, he did mention something along those lines, that it might be possible. But I don't know if it's really possible.
No, ty. Ne, Jordan má přece zápas v Ostravě. Jo, počkej, to je zrušený.
Jordan should fight in Ostrava, but well, no, that was cancelled, so I don't know where his next fight is.
Jsem slyšel teda.
Well, from what I heard.
V Ostravě se ty turnaje nějak strašně ruší.
I'm getting some laughs here, but yeah, we're having some issues with Ostrava, so that's why we moved on to Třinec instead.
Poslední otázku na
I have one last question for David Kozma.
Protože je mi jasný, že bude fightit ve Verk aréně.
I'm sure he will be fighting in Verk Arena in Třinec. Are you preparing for that in any special way? Because this fighting in Verk Arena in Ostrava is very specific. Are you preparing for it in any specific way, or is it just like for any other fight? You think for my opponent, Robo, or for Třinec, the arena in Třinec? Well, it's like preparing for any other fight. Doesn't matter if it's Ostrava, O2 Arena, or Třinec. I'm just happy I'll be close to my hometown, but I'm not preparing especially just for the venue. No, that's not the case. Thanks.
Tak ještě tamhle kolega, když už zvedá ruku.
One more question. You're just selling melons, not you. We'll get the question for someone else. I just wanted to ask David. Kajk Brito took away your title. Now, next to you, you have Ion Surdu, a tough guy with the title. So you held the title in 77 for the longest time. So how do you rate what's happened in the division as far as performance goes? I don't mean to offend anyone, but Kajk didn't really show that much against Surdu. So how would you really rate this as a record-holding title fighter? Well, it was just one hit. It was a short fight. I'm sorry that we didn't see how each of the fighters improved, but Surdu got a great hit. He knocked him out. It was 2.5 minutes, but we can't really read much into it because we didn't see all that much. And one question from Malone. I'd like to thank Miloš Petrášek. So I will be turning 40 soon, and I've been watching him for the last 5 years. I really respect him for who he is and what he does, for his approach to life. Miloš, this is the first time we're seeing each other, but I just want to thank you for who you are, for the person that you are, and for the person that you can be. You brought children to life. You created everything.
Krásný.
That's beautiful. I liked you even before children, of course. But I just think that you're a big person. You're big. For me, you're like a demigod. And I really like melons. So once again, I'd like to thank you for everything, for the person that you are, that you can be it for your family or for anyone else. I like these fights. I really enjoy them because they're worth living for, and let's live. Thank you very much for this Christmas wish for everyone. You almost approached Miloš all the way. There wasn't really a question for Miloš, but do you want to respond to this?
Do mikrofonu musíš.
Well, I have nothing to add, but thank you very much. This is really nice. I appreciate anyone who feels inspired by me. And there will be at least one photo at the end of this. And maybe some children. We will see. If I understood correctly.
OK, tak jo. Tak hele, vždycky něco nového na Octagon Time.
We have surprises at Octagon Time every single time. This was the first love message here at Octagon Time, and we're very happy that it's not about the fighting, it's also about sharing love. And now we have the first two Staredowns of today's event. I'll ask the first pair. And the first fighters who will head up, we will see them on the 21st of February in Třinec. Piotr Wawrzyniak, former interim middleweight champion of Octagon MMA.
A jeho soupeřem samozřejmě bude
Marek Mazuch.
Slovensko-polská bitva dvou vysoce postavených mužů v žebříčku. Oba dva vlastně v top 5, oba dva.
So both guys from top 5, amazing strikers, and this will be a big fight. And of course, we have another Staredown ahead of us, and we'll be talking about this. Let's see who's more aggressive this time. We'll start with Robo Pukač, who challenged this fight, and against him, of course, the longest reigning welter champion, David Kozma.
Děkujeme moc, dámy a pánové.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you a lot to all the fighters. Petrášek, Pukač, Peňáz, Čepo, Pink Panther, Kozma, Jon Surdu. Thank you very much. That's it for you.
Thank you that you've been here. And we will see you tomorrow on tournament. Samozřejmě zítra pro všechny, kteří přijdou na turnaj, tak kluci budou k dispozici na focení, na podpisy, na cokoliv, co budete chtít. Dejte nám 2 minuty, my tady přestavíme trošičku pódium a za malou chvíli budeme pokračovat s druhou částí tiskové konference a tu samozřejmě obstarají bojovníci, kteří jsou připraveni se vám předvést zítra.
The epic Octagon 65 tournament, Octagon's sacred ground, and 3 title fights in one night. The electrifying finale of the Tipsport Game Changer €1 million pyramid between Slovakia and Belgium. RONY Paradisa versus KEITA, 2 champions in a battle with everything at stake. to be crowned the greatest lightweight fighter in Europe, to become #1 in the pound-for-pound rankings, and to go home with €300,000 and the Octagon belt. Will Paradisa avenge the defeat he suffered at the hands of KEITA 2 years ago? Or will KEITA become the King of Europe and champion of 2 Octagon weight categories in one night? After claiming revenge over Attila Vey, a legend is about to return to the cage. 3-time ruler of the light heavyweight division, Carlos VÉMOLA. In his final duel for the Octagon throne at the O2 Arena, he'll be going up against the current division #1, Irish Tornado, Will Fleury, who plans on finishing VÉMOLA in the first round. The queen of Czech women's MMA, Lucy Pudilová, is going to take on the exceptionally talented Cecilia Bolander. Their first fight was very evenly matched, and Pudilová pulled out a close win in the end. Their upcoming rematch is going to be an even tougher fight, and this time the winner will claim the bantamweight title. Magard wants to reinforce his position as the clear #1 in the bantamweight division and fight for another shot at the championship belt. However, dreaded executioner Igor Severino will be standing in his way. One of the most brutal shootouts of the year, Radovan Ushgerd versus Daniel Schwind, in the battle of finishers, both of whom have secured all their victories by way of finish. And you can also look forward to the reserve fight in the Tipsport Game Changer final. The Double Cage Warriors champion Agi Sadari will take on the rising MMA star Ognjen Dimic from Serbia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the highlight of the year. Octagon 65, Paradisa versus KEITA 2. Purchase the pay-per-view and be transported to a front row seat for the entire tournament on octagon.tv.
Tak dámy a páni, máme tu
Ladies and gentlemen, the second round is here.
A my sa poďme pozrieť na to,
Now
čo
let's
nás
look at
čaká
who's gonna join
zajtra
us
v O2
on
aréne.
stage.
Prvý zápas na Free
The
Prelims nás
first
čaká
prelims fight
Kubo
is gonna see Batfalski and
Dominik
Toporcer face off.
Prosím, potlesk pre oboch bodcov.
Please put your hands together.
Kubo Batfalski, amatérsky šampión
Kuba Batfalski is an
Česka,
amateur
amatérsky
champ
šampión
of the Czech Republic
Slovenska
and
a
Slovakia,
proti nemu Toporcer,
facing off against Toporcer,
slovenský šampión.
Slovakian champ.
A práve títo dva budú zajtra
And
rozdajú
these two guys
zápase
will
v O2
see each other
aréne.
in the cage tomorrow in O2 Arena.
Chybět samozřejmě nemůže ani dvojice
Then we
mužů,
have a
kteří
couple of guys
hodně zajímají celý svět, a
afraid
to je
to show what they've
Severino
got
versus Magard.
and who the whole world is looking at, and that's Severino versus Magard.
Jonas Magard, bývalý šampion.
Jonas Magard, former champ.
A ďalšia dvojica, ktorú privítame tu
The
na pódiu,
next
je
couple of fighters we'll welcome in here is specific in that they're women. Lucia Pudilová facing off against Cecile Bolander.
Ženský zápas o titul
A women's
bantamovej
fight
váhy.
for the bantamweight title.
Najskúsenejšia
Lucka
ženská
Pudilová,
zápasnička
the most
Octagonu MMA.
experienced Czech
Miláčik
fighter in
publika.
Octagon, beloved by the audience.
A proti nej Cecile Bolander.
Against
bojovnička, ktorá
Cecilia
aktívne
Bolander,
propaguje,
an
sa
active
stala
fighter
ambasádorkou
in
MMA práve vo svojej
for
domovskej krajine
Norwegian
Norsku.
MMA.
3 titulové bitvy jsme slíbili a 3
title
titulové
fights
bitvy
is what
také
we
uvidíte
promised,
a
and that's
tím
what you'll see.
hlavním vlastně před zápasem,
The
pak jestli to tak
main
dá říct, se spíše
Greek fight, if we
druhou
can call it
titulovou
that,
bitvou v pořadí a
or
také
the
od konce
second title
bude
fight
zápas, na který
is
všichni
going to be
čekáme.
a fight that
Will
we've been waiting
Fleury,
for.
Effin
Will
Fleury
Fleury, Will
vyzývá
fucking Fleury,
dlouhodobého držitele pásu
challenging
polotěžké
the
váhy a bývalého
long-term
šampiona dvouvah
title
Carlose
holder
Terminatora
Carlos Terminator Vémola. Now for the main event, what we've been waiting for the whole year, the final of Tipsport Game Changer number 2, the biggest fight in the history of Octagon, RONY Paradiser versus Lausanne KEITA.
Triple Crown, ako sme tento zápas nazvali.
Triple Crown is what we've called this fight.
Tak jo.
Alrighty.
First question. Kdo dá první otázku?
Já bych začal otázkou na promotéry.
I'd start with a question for the promoters. 3 title fights, 2+1, let's say.
Měli jste záložní plán?
Was there a backup plan for Lucie Pudilová because Lucia Sabová got sick? In the past, you've had trouble with another female fighter, so how hard was it to come up with a backup plan? What was the plan for what? Excuse me? What would have happened, and how did you come up with what if some of the title fighters would have cancelled? Well, Cecilia Bolander had been announced as the official reserve fighter for the title bout. And then we have Agi Sardari, who's the reserve fighter for the fight, for the final fight in Tipsport Game Changer. And of course, we gave up on trying to find somebody to replace Fleury or VÉMOLA because neither of them could really be replaced in this fight in particular. So this is where we said not everybody can be replaced, and if somebody got hurt out of that couple, we would have only had 2 title fights. Another question? Batfalský versus Topolcer. Is this, according to you, a battle of talent?
Okay. Tyjo, jestli to vnímám úplně jako zápas talentu, myslím si, že
I'm not really sure if I see it that way. I think there's a lot of talent in the Czech Republic, but it's just a fight between 2 young guys who set up who's better. In my opinion, it's a fight to say who belongs here better.
OK. Pekný večer v prvom rade všetkým prajem zúčastneným. Tak začína sa to hrotiť, mne sa to páči. Kuba má pravdu, je tu veľa viac talentov a
Kuba has a lot of talent, and I think tomorrow will both show who rightfully belongs in the Octagon. We'll see who prepped better, and I believe that it will be me. I believe that I'll be the one raising my hand at the end of that fight.
Dominiku, tebe čeká první zápas
Dominic, this is your first fight in such a large audience. How did you prepare for this? And how did you prep mentally for this challenge? Dominic?
Dominika se ptal?
Ano, ano.
Question for me? Could you please repeat it?
Budeš u Dominiku poprvé zápasy před takovýmhle publikem.
This is your first fight in an arena with so many people. It's going to be a great atmosphere. How did you prep mentally for the challenge that this presents?
Jestli se třeba změnila jako příprava jako taková.
Did you adjust your prep in any way? I spent the whole time in Poland sparring with the top guys in the field, so I think I'm as ready as I can be. I'm in top form, and I'll show that tomorrow. I'll give it my all because Octagon is a dream come true for me. Ever since I started doing MMA, this is what I was going for, and it's the opportunity of a lifetime. So I definitely won't let this chance pass me by. So sorry, Kuba, because I'll give it my all. And the arena is just going to push me harder.
Next question.
Question for Ronny. You had one loss against KEITA. If you win tomorrow, you want to see the trilogy, like to finish this business one for all?
Určite.
For sure.
Takto. Veľmi sa teším na túto bitvu.
I'm very excited for the bout. It's a dream come true.
Vyzýval som Keitu už niekoľkokrát.
I've challenged KEITA many times.
Už som sa na ňo pripravoval veľmi dlho.
I've been preparing for him for a very long time. Let's say 2 years.
Neviem, jak to bude.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I definitely want to win the fight.
Ja už nejsem najmenšia 70-ka, je to pre mňa
And
náročné.
I'm not the smallest 70-kilo fighter. It's very hard to make weight, and I can do it because I have discipline, but my body's been under a lot of pressure, so I have to talk to my team and see where my future's gonna lead me.
Was it different for you, like the pressure? Is it more because it's like all in, it's like pound for pound #1, game changer, the title, or is it just another day in the office for you?
Samozrejme si pripúšťam tieto všetky veci, že
Of course, I think about these things. It's hard on my mentality,
vôbec ma to nejakoby netlačí.
but I don't feel the pressure. I've been in title fights, I've won and I've lost. I know what it is to be on top and on the bottom.
Mentálne sa teším proste na to,
I'm
že
just excited.
Keitovi.
I
Teším
want to
sa
go
na
against
zápas,
KEITA in the
s ním.
cage. I'm looking forward to our
Bojuje jeden z
fight.
najlepších v mojej váhe.
He's one of the top guys in my weight category, and I've always liked a challenge, and I've never taken shortcuts.
Veci, ktoré by uľahčia tú kariéru.
I never wanted to take the easy way out. So after KEITA took his first opponent, I was like, I want to fight that guy. I've done a lot to make the result be different than last time tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Question for KEITA, how you feel about this big fight? It's like for you, you look really calm, you're like, I saw the preparation. How you feel about that? You're all right, you chill, you feel good?
Pressure. Which pressure? I'm just a chill guy who loves to fight. So, you know, I'm a featherweight. I'm going up to be the guy. I'm going to take his belt again. No pressure. Just a chill guy.
Thank you. Question for Fleury. You said, I saw you KO in Frankfurt, like first round against a big guy like Langer. You said you're going to finish Carlos in the first round. I think in standing, like standing bang. What makes you sure you're going to finish Carlos? He's a tough guy in first round.
No doubt, he's definitely a tough guy. But I've done everything it takes to be a champion for a long time now. This is just the first time I've got the opportunity. Watch tomorrow night. You'll see the level I'm at. Oh, sorry lads. So, look, Carlos is definitely a tough fighter. You know, I respect his skill set. He's been a champion for a long time. This is my first time getting the opportunity to be a champion. Watch me tomorrow night. You'll see the level I'm at.
Thank you. One last question for me, for Carlos. I saw like the making of like the way to the Octagon now. Christmas, was it difficult for you for the preparation, the weight cut? How was it with families? I think different. How was it for you this time?
Tak já bych chtěl začít tím, že bych vám všem chtěl poděkovat, protože jste sem dneska dorazili. Vím, že těch večerů v prosinci v Praze bylo hodně, ale když vás vidím, kolik vás tady dneska je, tak mě to fakt těší. Vím, že to říkám furt dokola, ale já jsem jeden z těch fighterů, který pamatuju, že byl problém na večer dostat tolik lidí, co je tady dneska. Vy přijdete kvůli nám mezi svátkama, dvěma tiskovou konferenci, takže dokazujete, že československý fanoušci jsou ty jedni z nejlepších.
As there are today, and it's in the middle of Christmas and New Year's, so thank you for being here. The Irish think they have the best fans, but I think tomorrow they'll hear who really is the best fan base in the world.
I think it's difficult. We Warriors, it's just a part of the job. Christmas, no Christmas. Tomorrow is going to be Christmas and big present for all my fans in O2 Arena. We're not going to shut him up. I know he's confident. He wants to climb on the top, but I'm going to be the guy who's gonna stop him. Will fucking Fleury, let's go. We're nearly there.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you.
So KEITA just said he's a chill guy, but yesterday you were making weight and he went to a tournament. Do you trust him? Do you believe that he's not under pressure, that he's really that chilled out?
Asi hej, keď to hovorí.
Well, if he says so, but I don't think so. You mentioned that you've been preparing for 2 years. You have many scenarios in your head. What's the ideal one? Is it 5 rounds where you show that you have more quality, or do you want a KO? What's the ideal scenario? Well, for every fighter, the ideal scenario is to give him a KO and get out without an injury. But it will be a hard fight. We're both fit. I have an advantage with my weight. He has advantage with his speed. And we will see. It will be about tactics and who holds the middle of the cage. A question for Ondra. I'm sure it's not ideal seeing your star at a different tournament. Sivak KEITA, there was an exchange between them. I know you've talked about this. It didn't work out in the end. There were some offers. So, is there will to talk about this potential fight somewhere in the future? Well, I'm fine about him going to see a tournament. Everyone has some time off and they can do whatever they want in their free time. I don't even care that Vasek was challenging him or that he went to the ring. That's fine by me as long as everybody respects the fact that there's only one king here. Well, and when it comes to the fight, never say never. You were asking about my will to have this. My will is to do good things for the fans. So if we all happen to really want this fight, it could happen. We have Pedro here, which is KEITA's manager. But this is not a topic for today, or maybe not for a few months coming up. And as you said, Vasek said something yesterday. Well, let's keep it at that. A question for Carlos. Paulo mentioned that there was some drama that we still don't know about. He wanted us to watch the Nadohled, the road to Octagon. So would you like to tell us what really happened? I don't honestly know what to say about it. This morning I found out that I have 1 more kilo to lose. So I was really struggling with that, and then I found out that my team just didn't calibrate the weight correctly, or the scales correctly. Well, but yeah, so I had 1 kilo less than I needed to. But this was really unpleasant to find out in the morning. I thought I didn't make the weight, but this little mishaps happened for the first time in almost 40 years I've been fighting. Well, you know, but I'm just happy the mistake was on the way down, so I was underweight, not overweight. I'm sure Will is bigger than me, but it won't be about the size tomorrow. It will be about who's faster, who wants it more. And tomorrow I'll show him that lions eat first. It's not about the speed of the dog, it's about the bite.
Do you genuinely think you're faster than me? Do you genuinely think you want this more than me? Not a hope, mate. You've been around for a long fucking time. You've done fuck all with the opportunities you've had. This is my first proper opportunity. Watch me take it.
Good luck.
I won't need luck. I'm going to smash you in the chin with skill.
I'm looking forward for the press conference after the fight tomorrow. What are you going to say? It's not going to go your way.
I'm going to have my feet up on the table and a belt on my shoulder, mate.
That's not going to happen. The belt is going nowhere. It stays right here, brother.
I'm going to stay in Prague while I'm in Prague, and then it's coming back to Dublin.
Carlos, you mentioned the belt, and you said that whatever the result is, you would let the belt go. Is that still the case? Well, whatever the result, there will be no whatever the result. I will end my career the way I wish, and I will do it as a champ. But I don't think I should be blocking this division. I already said this to Will. He will get the chance to get the belt, but next year. Because last time Attila Vek fought was 5 years ago. He beat me, then he did nothing for 5 years, and then he lost. So I don't think it would be adequate for us to fight for the belt. And I don't think there will be anything extraordinary happening until that time. So I will wait until the summer, fight Attila, but I don't think it should be a title fight. Of course, this is the promoter's thing to decide, but I'm confident I can give up the belt, and maybe I could become the king of Octagon, but we will see how we sort it out. A question to Jakub Batfalski. I don't want to pressure you, but you said that last time the pressure really got to you in your fights. Were you preparing mentally, or how are you mentally set up for this fight? The last few fights, they didn't really stress me all that much. Only the first Octagon fight. That was really, really unpleasant. That was my dream since 14 years old, you know. And when I stepped in front of the cage, it really got to me. But I have the experience now, and now I'm really enjoying it. This is the O2 Arena, the biggest and the most beautiful tournament you could have, and I'm part of it, so I have to enjoy it, and I'm really happy to be here, and I'll show a great performance tomorrow. I'm really confident. And the last question for Lucie Pudilová. You've had some tough times, your opponent changed last minute. Was there a chance for the fight to be cancelled, or were you decided to take the fight whoever it will be against? Yeah, there was a chance. I was really disappointed that I won't get to fight Lucia Sabová. And after this, we already know that we will fight with Lucia Sabová. Now I need to win. And if I get this win, it's still not the final win for me.
It's gonna be fun tomorrow. You guys are very excited about the fight. You talk about me? Oh, too bad. You should. It's way more fun. Yeah, I have it in my ear, but it goes like this, tuck, 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 and I don't understand. Too bad.
Okay, question.
It was probably very nice, and it sounded very interesting. Yes. I had nothing. No, but it goes like, I don't know. Okay. Try to hear the sentence she says.
Question for Cecilia.
I have like every other time. I can talk loud too, you know. It's fine.
Cecilia.
Oh, this is gonna look very nice.
To je přesně tady fňukání neustálý.
Oh, she's always complaining.
Oh, she's complaining? Why are you complaining? No, she don't know. She complains, but she don't know. Or am I complaining? No? We don't know. Nobody knows. It's fun. Fun game.
Okay, next question.
Cecilia, what do you think you need to do different in the next fight with Lucia?
What I need to do different? Everything. I mean, I didn't win last time, obviously. The judges said the other name. You know? Everybody knows. But it's a part of the game. So tomorrow, we don't give the chance to the judges, you know? It's way easier that way. They planned last time too, but, you know, shit happens. She almost fell asleep right there. It's okay. We do it tomorrow. And, yeah. You guys will see. You guys know already, it's fine.
It seems personal to you, this fight. Is it?
It's personal? Well, fighting is personal, but mostly like for myself, you know. It doesn't matter on the other side. She can be Ronda Rousey if she wants to tomorrow. I don't care. It's gonna be fun either way. So, I mean, it's my life. Of course it's personal. Hello. I don't go there to like You know, like my coach says, we don't play ping pong. No. We don't play ping pong.
Question for both of you, Lucy and Cecilia. How big of a changing factor is the 5-round fight?
Já se těším, že to bude 5 kol.
I'm looking forward to 5 rounds. This will finally put an end to this entire circus.
Can you please translate so I can hear?
Oh, she said this will bring the end to this entire circus around it.
I bring something? No, literally, I can't hear. Okay, I bring something tomorrow, it's fine. Christmas gift from me to you. Okay.
It was drink before?
What?
It was drink before?
It was what? Oh, drunk! No, this is my personality, I'm sorry. I don't drink, it's not good. It's not good for your health. You should stop it, everybody stop. It's not good for you.
God bless.
No. I only need 1. I don't need 5, I don't need 3, I need 1. That's what I need.
Okay, question for Igor. Igor, you were all those videos of your bite were all over the world, and you were cut of the UFC. How hard time was it for you, and is this fight with Magard something like redemption for you?
I love you, Czech Republic. Foi um erro que eu cometi. Já paguei uma suspensão por isso. E, pô, tô muito feliz em o Octagon ter me dado essa oportunidade. Estou muito animado com essa luta. Eu acredito que tem tudo para ser a melhor luta da noite. E o que vocês viram no UFC não vai acontecer aqui. Aqui eu vou fazer uma guerra e vou sair campeão. Em um futuro próximo eu vou me tornar campeão dessa categoria.
As everybody heard, he loves Czech Republic, just arrived. He says that it was a big mistake of him. He was only 21 years old, the pressure was big, he would never lose. So he was cut from the UFC, and from all the conversations he had, the only promotion he wanted to come was here to Octagon. So he's very pleased that Octagon gave him this chance, and he's going to show a different person than that bite. It will not happen here. The only thing it will happen in Octagon cage is he's going to win all these fights and he's going to be champion and he's going to conquer the Czech Republic fans.
And did you take it personally when Magard brought up this thing with biting on the weigh-ins?
He said he was going to bite me again, so I don't know what changed. Like, he literally said, "I'm going to bite you." And now he's sitting here saying he's a changed man. Like, what's going on here? Like, are they drunk over there or what?
Por ele ter falado. Não fiquei. Eu acredito, eu já sabia que esse era o estilo dele. Ele é falastrão, ele fala muito. E, pô, eu venho da Shootbox, que é uma das maiores academias do mundo. O que eu vou fazer amanhã, eu faço todo dia na academia, sem problemas. E não fiquei bravo, eu estou pronto para tudo isso. Eu sei lidar com o jogo, eu sei jogar. E eu quero ver se ele vai sustentar as palavras dele. Eu quero ver se esse velhinho vai sustentar as palavras dele amanhã, dentro do Octagon.
So basically, I knew that he was already bringing that subject in. I saw some of his videos. I know his Instagram. He likes to talk a lot. So we knew that he will bring that subject on, but for me it's okay. I am from Shoot Boxing in Brazil, one of the biggest academies in the world, and what I'm going to do to him tomorrow is what I could do every time I'm training every day.
You're going to be quitting tomorrow. That's what you're going to do. And that's why you bit last time, because you were losing and you quitted. And it's funny, you can't speak a word of English anymore because you were talking so much shit online. But now you don't speak English. but you're a changed man, but you said this morning you're going to bite me. You're just a confused little kid. You only fought young kids. This is not a young kid you're going to be facing. You're in for big trouble. I'm going to make you quit tomorrow. Because you are a quitter. And that's what you're going to do tomorrow. Again.
Eu acredito que não. Eu estou pronto, muito pronto, muito preparado. E ele pode falar o que ele quiser, para mim não importa. O que importa é que eu vou entrar dentro do cage amanhã e vou calar a boca dele, vou colocar ele no lugar dele, que agora o primeiro lugar do ranking vai ser meu.
I don't care too much what he's saying. I'm going to enter tomorrow and I'm going to shut his mouth and then we will see.
You're going to be quitting. That's what's going to happen tomorrow.
I meant to ask Will Fleury, but finish your boys. Okay, Will, Octagon just signed and announced Krzysztof Jotko. You fought him before you signed to the Octagon. The fight, you won that fight, obviously, but it was really close fight, and many people said that Krzysztof should have earned the decision. Are you interested in that fight in the future?
For the right price, yeah. But otherwise, like, we had this fight, it wasn't a great fight. I don't think he did much. I definitely couldn't get much off either. It was an incredibly boring fight. Out of my last 10 fights, it's the least dominant I've been. I didn't dominate him. He definitely didn't dominate me either. Does anybody want to see this fight again? I don't know. But if people are willing to pay, great, I'll fight him.
First question for the promoters. There is one person missing from this press conference is because he is injured, it is Shamrock. What is the plan moving forward with him?
Actually, Shams got offered fight in Düsseldorf, but he will not be ready. So I'm waiting until they will say that they are ready for some fights in the future.
Perfect. Question for Will Fleury. Is this the next wave of Irish MMA, the next takeover with yourself, Ian, Gary, and Paul Hughes being at the forefront of all the promotions that they are in?
There's a lot of guys coming, man. And I feel like I'm one of the older guys in that wave. This is kind of my little swan song at the end of my career, and I'm going to make it last a while. I'm here for 4 or 5 years at least. But there's guys out there like Paul Hughes, like Kieran Clark, like Derek Kelly, you know, whoever else you mentioned there. There's so much talent in the country now. And everyone thinks we're a country based off Conor. No, man, we've got a lot of great fighters in Ireland. There's a huge amount of talent coming up. And I'm really excited about leading the charge for that. And even, look, beating Carlos tomorrow night, maybe doing something special next year in the Game Changer or whatever else presents itself as a huge opportunity. And eventually convincing the boys to come back to Ireland. That's a huge part of my long-term goal here. So yeah, making that happen, it's incredibly exciting to me. And it's like, we're underappreciated in Ireland as an MMA country, as a fighting country. You know, the fighting Irish is a real thing. We have a lot of really, really good fighters in the country. Like, the level of talent there is so high. Like, I go to Vegas, I train over there. I come back home and I'm like, geez, the guys are better here. Like, so, yeah, I'm excited about what can happen in Irish and MMA in the next few years. And I'm excited about being part of that and leading it in a way, in my own way with these guys, you know.
A question for Jonas. If you are to win this fight, do you feel that you have to be next for the bantamweight title?
Where should I look? I was already next, but I want to be active. And Jack didn't want to fight me. So he was offered the fight like 2 times and he denied the fight. And I just want to be active. I want to fight the best guys. And they brought this young kid in and I'll teach him a lesson tomorrow. It's all about being active for me at this point. I will fight for the belt. Not for the belt, I just want to fight. Like, I'm a fighter. This is what I do. I go to the gym every single day. I'm not doing that for fun. I'm doing it to be fighting. So I just want to fight. And nobody else wanted to fight me. Everybody was asked. Farbot. What is that tall guy who keeps losing in bantamweight called? Sanakitse, yeah. He was asked too, but he didn't want to fight. So they brought this kid in and he's only fought in flyweights, been bullying people there a little bit, young kids, but I'm going to show him it's a difference in flyweight and bantamweight, but as long as I get to fight, I'm happy.
And a question for Ronny Paradiser. 3 years after the first fight, we are in the same building as the first fight took place. Do you feel this is the perfect stage for you to get your revenge against Losan KEITA?
Určite áno, je to super miesto.
For sure, it's a great city. And every event at the OTA Arena is just great. It's one of the few arenas where you could just feel the crowd pushing you forward. And this is such an opportunity that I've been looking forward to so much. I would love to give it back to him in this arena. But what's important is I want to show my skill. I've worked on myself hard, and I want to show everybody that I've climbed to the top and that nobody's taking me down. I feel it inside me that he won't know how to beat me tomorrow.
A question for Carlos VÉMOLA. It was just announced, the Stadion Eden show, you mentioned the interest in fighting Attila Veg. Does that change the way you plan to fight against Will Fleury, with the fight being in 6 months? And will that be your final fight of your career?
I don't understand why that would have changed anything. What's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow is a different fight, different day. Attila Veg is in some point in summer, so it's a long way to go. And yes, that should be my last dance with Attila Veg. But for the last dance, I'm gonna be coming as a champion. Like I said, I'm gonna retire on the top, and Will gonna get his chance next year with someone else, but not with me.
For Jack, obviously the story with this biting from Igor, is this something what you have in your head in the fight tomorrow night?
Was it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the biting, is this something in your head?
I don't care. What is he gonna do? Bite me and he's gonna get kicked out of the Octagon as well. Like, this kid is so stupid. Like, now he's saying he's a changed man. This morning he said he was gonna bite me. Like, I know everything he's gonna come with. I'm prepared everywhere. It's been an amazing camp. I have no injuries. So I'm not worried about anything that this is gonna bring. I know his whole game plan. He's only been fighting young kids, and he will probably be better. But he's a young kid, and he's going to be taught a lesson tomorrow. I'm going to bring him to very deep waters. And I know he's not been there before. Not with a bantamweight. And the thing is, I'm a big bantamweight. He's never fought anybody like this before. So nothing is worrying me. I got everything checked in. I know everything's going to happen in this fight. I'm prepared everywhere, even if he's going to bite me.
For KEITA, tomorrow night is so many on the line. The Tipsport Game Changer, the title, the revenge. So revenge. And it's your birthday. But which one is the most important for you? That fight against RONY or the titles?
I have my title in featherweight. For me, it's the pound for pound. That's the most important for me. Show the world why I'm the best, why I deserve that place. Why? Because I'm the only one who dominated 2 different weight classes. So it should belong to me. And that's why I'm going to show everybody tomorrow why I am KEITA, why nobody beat me yet, why he cannot beat me.
Many months ago you said you need 30 seconds to see the holes and the game plan of RONY. Is that something that you believe?
And that's true. Like, RONY be talking about he progressing every day. I'm even tired of it. I'm like, bro, if you progress every day, stop going to the gym. It's enough. Don't go to the gym. Go home, take a shower, watch TV, and then you progress so much. I know RONY. I've been there with him 25 minutes in the cage. At that time when I fought with him, I was 74 kilo. He couldn't beat me at that time, and now he think he can beat me? Never.
RONY, which one is for you the most important? That defend the title or this fight against KEITA?
A samozrejme ten zápas proti KEITovi
The title for sure, but fighting KEITA is great.
Obidva sme najlepší v tej váhe.
We're both the best guys in the division.
ale samozrejme ma porazil a jediný ten človek, ktorý mi to dáva zmysel, aby sme bojovali o všetko.
He's the only person that makes sense for me to fight and defend the title against. I've beaten everybody in my category, and it's been inevitable for us two to meet. After Fisher, I wanted to see him in the cage. Unfortunately, he backed off, saying he wanted to fight in the 66 kilo category, but now we finally meet.
Yeah, because apparently before the game changer, all of your opponents, nobody won in Octagon. How is that possible? All of your opponents you fight, RONY before the title, didn't have a win in Octagon. Thank you.
Ako hovorím, nikto ma akoby nechcel.
Nobody wanted me.
Nechcel si ma ani ty, všetkých som porazil a s kým som mal bojovať?
I beat everybody.
Ty si bol šampión.
You were the champion. You were in a position to defend the title. Where were you? You didn't defend for a year. What is the title for if you're not defending it?
I'm a small guy. I don't need the title.
Okay,
I don't need the title.
Guy,
but listen. Just tell me how you can lose 3 times for the title, and the guy who you get to fight for the title, they didn't have no win in the Octagon. Nobody was in top 10. Before Bushinger, nobody had to win in Octagon. Tell me that. Tell me. Tell me this.
I wanted to see Legierski in the summer, and everybody can confirm it. I wanted to fight him. I wanted to fight the best ones, and nobody was there. It was me and you had the title.
I didn't need the title. I didn't need it. I had my title 66. I'm a 66. Bro, you see my weight today?
Why did you hold the title?
I gave it away. I didn't care because I wanted to be double champ. I want history. That's my thing.
You said that you're the best, and that you have the belt in the 66, and it's supposed to be in the 70.
Why? I don't supposed to be in the same.
Your 70 belt is gone.
Yeah, I don't need it.
No, tak si mal so mnou bojovať, keď si mi vliezol.
Well, then you should have fought with me. I'm not gonna take it from you. I have it, and you're not gonna take it from me.
And now you're gonna lose it. Now you're gonna lose it again. I was about to make chilling, and the call guy, they say. Hey, listen.
Yeah, you're gonna go back to the 66. That's it.
Game changer winner. That's crazy, right? Listen, you were a champ. Nobody remember you were a champ. Everybody thought I was still the double champ. So it was boring actually in lightweight.
I'm gonna beat you tomorrow. You can go back to 66, crying, thinking that you should have gone to the 70.
I didn't hear it. My mic is blocking. I didn't hear what you said. Oh, okay, don't worry, I will beat you. Then maybe we can go back. We can go to 66, me and you. Can you make 66? Just a question.
Ja schudnem do 66, to nebláznite.
Yeah, sure, we'll do 66, whatever.
Okay, dobre.
Yeah, I think we are a little bit lost. So next question.
Question for you two.
And last few questions, yeah.
Yeah, the top brass. With Will making his charge towards the title and a clear interest to make Cartwright Magard #2, will we see you return to the UK and Ireland, and is there a thirst for that? Because we still have stars such as Shamrock, George Staines and a few other boys there waiting.
I believe you don't know.
Not sure.
Not sure, definitely not sure.
Okay. And just a simple question for Will and Carlos. The word legacy has been thrown around a lot leading up to this fight, so it's quite simple. How do you want to be remembered?
That's deep. Look, I'm getting a chance to make a legacy here. That's huge to me. And first, I have to create one. Beating Carlos tomorrow night is going to be a huge part of that. Once that happens, there's opportunities for other things. So, like, how I want to be remembered isn't something I'm going to dictate. I'm just going to go out and do the absolute best I can for as long as I can. And, like, even within this year, doing that has been a beautiful fucking feeling. You know, I've gone out, I've called exactly what I said I was going to do this year. I'm going and, like, tomorrow night I'm going to complete it. You know, I made this video in February. I said I'm going to call out everyone in the division. I did call out everyone in the division. Anyone who accepted that challenge got smashed. So tomorrow night, I get the belt. Where do we go from there? There's huge opportunities. So one way or the other, I don't know how you'll remember me or what you'll think of me, but I'll be leaving a legacy. I'll be doing something special because it means something to me. And how you feel about that? Fuck it, I don't give a shit. I'm just doing my thing, you know?
And the same for Carlos. What kind of legacy and how do you want to be remembered when all said and done?
Well, I haven't got that much long life as Will, so I told him he's gonna have his chance next year, not this year, because I want to be remembered like I finished my career as a champion and I faced everyone who was out there. Anyone who called it, he had it. Will won his chance, he's gonna have it. I'm gonna beat him tomorrow and I'm gonna retire as a champion.
OK, so that's it. To bylo všechno, dámy a pánové. Děkujeme moc, že jste přišli. V tuhle chvíli nám dejte 3 minuty, my uklidíme stoly a všichni borci z celého turnaje a samozřejmě také dívky budou mít veřejné vážení a taky Staredowny a to bude poslední část dnešního programu. Takže za 3 minutky jsme zpátky.
Give us 3 minutes.
Jdeme na to, dámy a pánové, chlapci a děvčata, naši milí samorové, ještě jednou vítejte naposledy na Octagon Time. Čeká nás veřejné vážení turnaje Octagon 65. Posledního turnaje tohoto velmi úspěšného roku, kde jsme zlomili všechny rekordy díky vám, díky našim fanouškům. Zítra samozřejmě, buď to v O2 aréně, stále jsou všechny možné druhy lístků a budeme opravdu moc rádi, když přijdete a třeba někdo právě z vás, kdo se teď rozhodne, vyhraje 2,5 milionu korun tím, že si hodí letadelkem pěnovým v O2 aréně, ale především uvidíte 10 fantastických, naprosto neuvěřitelných zápasů, 3 z nich titulové a taky poznáme druhého šampiona Tipsport Game Changera, vítěze 300 000 eur z toho milionového potu. Pojďme tedy na to, pojďme si představit všech 20 bojovníků. Mé jméno Ondřej Novotný, je tady se mnou samozřejmě Palinko, zakladatel Octagonu, Pavlo Picantetouš a také English Voice of Octagon Brian Lacey. Pojďme tedy na to, jako první přichází na váhu nováček v Octagonu, slovenský borec Dominik El Diablo Toporcer. ...21 let, 175 cm. Shark Top Team a také Pit Gym Levoča. Jeho trenéry jsou David Kedžuch a Mariusz Radziševský a jeho oficiální váha je 65,8. 65,8. 6 zápasů, 4 vítězství, 4 ukončení, z toho 2 submise, 2 KO a také 2 porážky. To je dosavadní bilance Dominika Toporcera. Jeho soupeřem bude muž, který už si atmosféru velkého turnaje Octagonu ochutnal. Je to velký český talent, 22letý Jakub Batfalský. ...22 let, 184 cm a jeho oficiální váha je 66,3. 66,3. 5 vítězství, jediná porážka, 4 z 5 zápasů dokázal ukončit před limitem. Československý souboj dvou talentů, Batfalský Toporcer. Jdeme na druhý zápas, v něm se představí první z německých borců na tohoto turnaje. 23letý muž, který cestoval velmi komplikovaně, ještě dnes byl v Düsseldorfu, také ve Vídni, ale teď je v Praze, navážil a je jim Benjamin The Prodigy Bajrami. Jeho trenérem je Marcel Grabinský, má na svém kontě 8 zápasů, 6 vítězství, 5 z těch 6 vítězství dokázal ukončit před limitem, jeho oficiální váha je 75,8. 75,8. Jeho soupeřem bude muž, který má tenhle měsíc, jestli se nepletu, už 3. zápas a uvidíme, jestli bude vítězný stejně tak jako ty 2 předchozí. 25letý český zástupce Petr Pimp Gabal. V 25 letech má Gabal na svém kontě 8 zápasů, 5 vítězství, 4 ukončení před limitem a jeho oficiální váha je 77,4. 77,4.
Let's go! Let's go!
Takhle to vypadá, když se opravdu těšíte na zápas. Ještě dáreček. To je neuvěřitelná věc. Bajrami si připravil nutelový svetříček a dostal za to nutelu. Co se ještě dnes nestane? Jdeme dál, 3. zápas. Finský seržant, který přichází podruhé na půdu Octagonu, ale poprvé do Čech. 27letý Emil Seržant Kurhela. Bývalá hvězda organizace Cage, kde dokázal získat titul pod 0-3 fight týmem se svými 4 trenéry přijal ke svému 10. zápasu. Do 9 dosavadních 7 vítězství, 6 ukončení a jeho oficiální váha je 66,3, 66.3. Jeho soupeřem bude šampion slovenské části undergroundu, 30letý bývalý mistr světa v thaiboxu, Marko Novák. Marko stihnul zatím 6 zápasů v MMA, 5krát odcházel jako vítěz, 3 ukončení, z toho 2 submise, několik fantastických výkonů a jeho oficiální váha je 66,2, 66.2. Je to opravdu vánoční turnaj, další dárek pro Marka Nováka, finský hokejový dres. Uvidíme, jestli to budou Suomi a nebo slovenské vlajky, které zítra budou vítězné vlád v O2 aréně. Mimochodem Kurhla se předvedl v zápase s obrovským německým talentem a vypadalo to pro něj velmi dobře ve Frankfurtu, než bohužel pro něj prohrál. Teď jdeme na další německo-českou bitvu a jako první přichází německý bojovník, 27letý Ozan Aslaner. 14 zápasů má na svém kontě, 8 vítězství, z toho 5 KO, 1 remíza, 5 porážek. Aslaner se představil naposledy v tom smolném zápase s Kuzníkem, kdy mu Kuzník zlomil v Ostravě nohu. Nyní je zpátky a 27 letech chce restartovat svoji kariéru. Jeho oficiální váha je 70,6, 70.6. Jeho soupeřem bude bývalý titulový vyzývatel v pérové váze za Česko Jakub Čimp Čichota. ...25 let, 178 cm, Reinders MMA, 5 vítězství, z toho 3 ukončení, jeho oficiální váha je 70,6, 70.6. No a jdeme na hlavní zápas té první prelims karty a tím bude rezervní duel Tipsport Game Changer a náhradu doslova na poslední chvíli v něm obstará vynikající srbský bojovník Ognjen Dimić. Šestadvacetiletý Srb má na svém kontě 12 zápasů, 8 vítězství, 5 ukončení, 1 remíza, 1 no contest a 2 porážky. Jeho oficiální váha je 70,8, 70.8. Jeho soupeřem bude muž, který v prvním kole málem posadil na zadek KEITu, ale nakonec to tak nedopadlo, od té doby ale předvádí fantastické výkony a zítra se předvede i v O2 aréně. Bývalý dvojnásobný šampion Cage Warriors Agi Wolverine Sardari. 31 letech má 180 cm, 18 vítězství, z toho 12 ukončení před limitem, pouze 5 porážek v rámci Neruda Cup týmu jej vysílá do boje firma Progressus a jeho oficiální váha je 70,8, 70.8. Sardari versus Dimić, main event for prelims card. Tipsport Game Changer, reserve fight. Uvidíme, jestli Wolverine znovu zatne své drápy do svého soupeře. No a jdeme na hlavní kartu a tu otevře střední váha. A v ní německý bojovník, který přichází vůbec poprvé na půdu Octagonu. hvězda Stuttgartu, 26letý Daniel Schwind. ...188 cm. Kong Jim Stuttgart má na svém kontě 7 zápasů, 5 vítězství, všech 5 ukončil před limitem a jeho váha je 84,3, 84,3. Jeho soupeřem bude slovenský polovník, 33letý knockouter Rado Úškert. Muž, který loví své soupeře jako divou zvěř, má na svém kontě 13 zápasů, 8 vítězství, 8 KO, nikdy nevyhrál jinak a jeho oficiální váha je 84,2, 84,2. Bývalý finalista Octagon výzvy Rado Úškrt a proti němu debutant v Octagonu Schwind. No a my jdeme dál. Světový zápas dvou mužů, kteří dokáží udělat jak flyweight, tak bantamweight. A jako první přichází borec, který se vrací po dlouhých měsících na scénu a je také vůbec poprvé v Octagonu. From Brazil, Igor Severino. - 21 let, 170 cm, 9 zápasů, 8 vítězství, 8 ukončení, jediná porážka diskvalifikací. Seven, česká energie, vysílá v rámci Neruda Cupu víceméně neporaženého bojovníka, který v 21 letech má obrovský talent, ale taky velký škraloup na své kariéře. A naučit ho slušnému chování bude chtít bývalý šampion bantamové váhy Octagonu, dánský žralok Jonas Shark Magard. 32 let, 175 cm, Manchester top team Combat Brothers v rámci Neruda Cup Tipsport team. 23 zápasů, 17 vítězství, 9 ukončení, 6 porážek. Jeho oficiální váha je 61,6, 61,6.
Things all over. Come on tomorrow. You're gonna quit. You're gonna keep your strength. No. Yeah. You know you're not gonna walk.
All right. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys. Ne všechny dárky jsou vítané. Uvidíme, kdo komu zítra vyčistí zuby a jestli taky zůstanou všechny. Jdeme dál, čekají nás 3 titulové bitvy. Jedna z nich je sice změněná na poslední chvíli, ale dívka, která v tuto chvíli přichází, snila o tom, že se tenhle ten moment stane, a když jsme jí to oznámili, tak napsala zhruba 500 znakovou zprávu o jednom slovu a to bylo yes! Norská bojovnice Cecilie Bolander! 28 let, 167 cm, oficiální váha je 61,1, 61,1. 4 zápasy, 3 vítězství, mezi amatérky neporažená a Octagon TV Club vysílá v rámci Neruda Cupu do tohoto titulového zápasu. Její soupeřkou však bude zápasnice, která ji už jednou v Brně dokázala porazit a zítra to chce udělat daleko násilnějším způsobem. Největší hvězda českého MMA mezi ženami, 30letá Lucie Pudilová. - 25 zápasů, každý z nich byl naprosto neuvěřitelný. 15 vítězství, 5 ukončení před limitem v rámci Neruda Cup týmu Progressus. Její oficiální váha je 61,2, 61,2. Pudilová versus Bolander o titul šampionky bantamové váhy.
Now, there's a man over here. So we both done the business. Let's get in and do the business together.
You got no chance.
The MMA world respects men who keep their word. Irish invader Will Fleury's bold and colourful arrival in Octagon earned the SBG representative a shot at the title. Before entering the final fight of his illustrious career, Carlos VÉMOLA decided to accept one last challenge. Terminator will soon enter the cage to complete the trilogy of fights against PUDILOVÁ, but in the meantime the light heavyweight champion and former middleweight champion is getting ready for the 46th battle of his career. The man who defeated Alcina, Illich, Lahore, Langer and Vey has 20 submissions and an incredible 24 first-round finishes on his record. This truly incredible fighter and phenom of the domestic scene accepted the invitation from his opponent with this sentence: if you want it, you get it, but you better be ready.
Teď mě přijde nějaký FLEURY, který si to vyřve kecama a po 2 výhrách se mě bude snažit připravit o pás. Já mu ho prostě nedám.
Current world number 45 Will Fleury has already claimed victory over Skvor and most recently defeated Langer in the opening round.
Oh my goodness!
With 13 wins and 7 finishes on his record, he's renowned for his flawless wrestling and groundwork.
Let me smash it.
Which is where he wants to show Carlos who's boss and establish a new order in the light heavyweight division.
Já jsem prostě bestie, kterou musí zabít.
I can absolutely destroy this guy.
No a jdeme na to, dámy a pánové, čeká nás bitva, na kterou jsme opravdu velmi dlouho čekali. Jako první přichází muž, který po 2 jasných vítězství vyzývá šampiona a tím je první možná irský budoucí šampion Will fucking Fleury! ...35 let, 190 cm, SBG Island. Má na svém kontě 17 zápasů, 13 vítězství, 7 ukončení, 1 no contest a 3 porážky. Jeho oficiální váha je 93 kg, 93. V cestě mu však stojí legenda domácí scény a stále ještě neodiskutovatelný šampion polotěžké váhy Carlos Terminátor VÉMOLA! ...39 let, 183 cm. Andre Reinders Gym a London Shoot Fighters. 45 zápasů, 37 vítězství, 29 ukončení a pouze 8 porážek. Za Goldfingers tým v rámci Neruda Cupu. Jeho oficiální váha je 93 kg, 93 kilos. VÉMOLA versus Fleury, zápas o titul šampiona polotěžké váhy. Will, it was really intense how you look at his eyes, so what did you see?
I saw a man who showed up to fight, and I'm delighted with that. I hope he brings everything he is tomorrow. The man's left a legacy. This is the end of his legacy.
For your legacy, what is the final prediction?
First round KO. It's always been a first round KO.
Will fucking Fleury, good luck, my man. Carlosi, 7. taneček v O2 aréně, jaký bude?
Vítězný, šťastná 7. Já věřím v čísla.
Nějaká finálová predikce?
Já ho ukončím. Je mě úplně jedno, kdy. První kolo TKO by bylo krásný, ale Will Fleury je zkušený borec. Já se těším na to, že ho vemu do těch hlubokých od 4., 5. kolo a ukončím ho. Jako, že se Terminátor jmenuje. Vy budou žrát první. Os!
Děkujeme moc. Carlos Terminátor VÉMOLA naposledy v O2 aréně. Můžeme se těšit na tenhle ten finálový taneček.
It's finally here. The grand finale of the €1 million Tipsport Game Changer pyramid will decide who will become the king of Europe and lift the lightweight division belt above their head. Ronny Paradisa has undoubtedly had the smoothest journey towards the Tipsport Game Changer final. First, he crushed Korkmaz.
Oh, beautiful, straight left hand.
Then he destroyed the highest-ranking participant in the pyramid, Daniel Torres. And finally, he claimed the first-round finish over Duque in Brno.
Oh, that left hand's rocked him. Big shots from Ronny Paradisa. He's done it!
I only need 30 seconds to see Paradiser, and I know how I can beat him.
Featherweight champion and former lightweight division champion Lozen KEITA is a fighting phenom that has proved almost impossible to defeat.
The only thing I'm driving is being number one.
2 years ago, Black Panther claimed victory over Paradisa in a 5-round bout which at times looked like it could have gone either way.
Paradiser took him down. Big left hook.
After a tough bout against Sadari, he pushed the undefeated Legursky out of the way to reach the top of the Octagon pyramid.
Oh, big shot to the midsection.
He promises that there will be fireworks in this forthcoming rematch and is determined to prove that he is not only the ruler of the lightweight division, but also the greatest fighter in Europe.
I'm fighting out my birthday. The best birthday present I can ever have.
Vybral si zlý deň na narodeniny, tak ti poviem.
Čeká nás souboj o krále trojkoruny, Triple Crown King. A jako první do tohoto souboje přichází Lozen Black Panther KEITA. ...26 let, 176 cm, Lamiro Fight Club. Má na svém kontě 16 zápasů, 15 vítězství, 9 KO, jediná porážka, 7 česká energie. Fighting out of Belgium. Undisputed featherweight champion Lozen KEITA. Jeho soupeřem bude neodiskutovatelný šampion lehké váhy a finalista Tipsport Game Changer o 300 000 euro ve finále. Slovák Rony Ronald Paradisa. ...27 let, 188 cm, 70,3 kg na váze, 29 zápasů, 21 vítězství, 15 ukončení a za Fit for You nastupuje do tohoto zápasu.
If you can make weight, no problem. If you can make, no problem. You can make 66. Yeah? If you can make 66, we go. Okay. Let's go.
Souboj dvou šampionů, Ronny versus KEITA, největší zápas, jaký jsme kdy udělali a vítěz se stane králem pound for pound. Lozen, so after all these talks, we are finally here in front of O2 Arena and you will fight against Ronny for the second time. What did you see in his eyes and how do you feel before this fight?
I don't look to the eyes because eyes can lie, you know. So for me, it's all about skills. What I see the last 2 years is all about that, and I know 100% the only way this guy can beat me. There is no way. There is actually no way. I believe so much in myself. He think he improve. KEITA improve a lot.
What is your final prediction?
Prediction like always. I don't know which round, how I'm gonna win, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Looking forward. Ronny, gratuluju samozřejmě k té cestě, byla to fantastická cesta, velmi těžká, možná nejtěžší v tom prvním kole, ale bude to teď ještě těžší v tom finále pro tebe, anebo je tvoje hlava, tvoje tělo a tvoje myšlenky už tak připraveny, že už jenom si ten titul vzít?
To není na mne, ja neviem, či to bude ťažké, neťažké, ja som pripravený zajtra zvíťaziť, zostať pás doma na Slovensku a vyhrať Tipsport Game Changer.
Když sníš o tom zápase a vizualizuješ si ho, protože to děláte, tak jaká nejčastější cesta vede k tomu vítězství?
Mne tam stále padá to KO, ale akože nechcem sa na to upínať, som pripravený 5x5, ale keď vizualizujem, tak tam vidím to KO.
V kterém kole?
To nemám takto.
OK, děkujeme moc. RONY Paradise, dámy a pánové. Zítra nás čeká fantastický turnaj Octagon 65 v O2 aréně. Děkujeme moc, že jste přišli a byli tady s námi déle než 3 hodiny. Moc si toho vážíme a zítra stále ještě lístky a nebo pay-per-view na octagon.tv a věřte tomu, že Octagon Cirkus vás zítra v O2 aréně bude sakramensky bavit. Mějte se hezky a hezký zbytek nového roku.
The epic Octagon 65 tournament, Octagon's sacred ground, and 3 title fights in one night. The electrifying finale of the Tipsport Game Changer €1 million pyramid between Slovakia and Belgium. RONY Paradisa versus Lausanne KEITA. 2 champions in a battle with everything at stake. To be crowned the greatest lightweight fighter in Europe. To become #1 in the pound-for-pound rankings. And to go home with €300,000 and the Octagon belt. Will Paradisa avenge the defeat he suffered at the hands of KEITA 2 years ago? Or will KEITA become the king of Europe and champion of 2 Octagon weight categories in one night? After claiming revenge over Attila Vey, a legend is about to return to the cage. 3-time ruler of the light heavyweight division, Carlos VÉMOLA. In his final duel for the Octagon throne at the O2 Arena, he'll be going up against the current division #1, Irish Tornado, Will Fleury, who plans on finishing VÉMOLA in the first round. The queen of Czech women's MMA, Lucy Pudilová, is going to take on the exceptionally talented Cecilia Bolander. Their first fight was very evenly matched and Pudilová pulled out a close win in the end. Their upcoming rematch is going to be an even tougher fight, and this time the winner will claim the bantamweight title. Magard wants to reinforce his position as the clear #1 in the bantamweight division and fight for another shot at the championship belt. However, dreaded executioner Igor Severino will be standing in his way. One of the most brutal shootouts of the year, Radovan Ushgerd versus Daniel Schwind, in a battle of finishers, both of whom have secured all their victories by way of finish. And you can also look forward to the reserve fight in the Tipsport Game Changer final. The Double Cage Warriors champion Agi Sadari will take on the rising MMA star, Ognjen Dimic from Serbia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the highlight of the year. Octagon 65, Paradisa versus KEITA 2. Purchase the pay-per-view and be transported to a front row seat for the entire tournament on octagon.tv.